Hi there, Release Fire here. So I'm going to talk you through how to beat the Bulldog Stapler boss here in Paper Mario the Origami King. Hopefully this video is going to help you out. If it does, drop me a like below. And for anybody that hasn't already, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more of my videos. So the Stapler boss fight kicks off relatively easily, and I'm just going left at 8, picking up the little note on the way, and then I'm just moving around the second ring to be able to pick up the +1 move and to give me a hit point at the number 4 position. Now, as ever, the notes tell you different things at different points, and this tells you to keep an eye on how many staples it has. What you're trying to do is take away all of the staples, and then you'll have a free hit on it on the underside when it's got its mouth open so that you can do more damage. At this point, I used a legendary hammer. However, I should have used boots, as I will find out from another note a little bit later on. And then it's just a case of blocking dog tag, which will remove another couple of staples, and then you're back in. Here I'm going to go left at 8 and then up at the number 11 position. So then I'm moving the third ring to give me an on switch, and that will give me the 1000 fold arms pad at the number 11, and it gives you the rush attack once you get there. However, if you get hit by the dog tag move, then you will be stapled to the ground, and then it'll do the untag wag, which takes off a huge amount of your HP before getting back in. So definitely try to block that if you can. Now the next phase looks more dangerous than it actually is, so it's just a case of continuing your moves. This time I'm going to go left at 8, and that'll take me around to 11 and then up to the hip pad at 11, and then I'm just moving this around to get the chest. And that also gives me the note which tells me if you're close, it'll use 2 staples to pin you down. If you're far away, it'll fire 8 at you. So if you want to get rid of more staples, then try to get it from further away. And then I've got this bite barrage, which I just about managed to get in some good blocks for. However, it took away a lot of my health, but you can see towards the end of the attack it was doing 0 damage, and that's because it had already used up all of its staples, and you can see it's getting ready to reload. So now I'm going left at 8, picking up the note again, up at 11, and then picking up the on pad and getting to the 1000 fold arms, and then obviously I need a big health boost at this stage, so the 100 heart definitely helps me out. Here's the note that tells me that a hammer attack only wastes 1 staple, but a jump attack loses 4. So clearly you need to do more jump attacks than hammer attacks if you want to get rid of as many staples as possible. And then you can see you do double the amount of damage when it's in a reload position, so each one is 10 HP. But unfortunately that kicks into the next phase where it reloads with stronger staples. So here I'm going to go right at 8, pick up the 2 times impacts, pick up the chest, and then that will send me up to the hip pad, which should give me another chance to do some damage. And you can see that the chest gave me the on switch, which I'll need to be able to get another 1000 fold arm pad in a later round. So here I actually do the jump, which gets rid of more of the staples, which you need at this stage because these red ones do way more damage. And then because I was a little bit further away, instead of him doing the dog tag, it fires 8 staples at you. So in that round, I got rid of a huge chunk of staples, but I did go early on the dodge to try and hold off for another split second after it fires them. And then into the next round, I'm just going to go left at 8, and that'll take me around to the up position at 11, right, and then pick up the on switch, and then up at, I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and then just moving around the 1000 fold arm pad, and this will give me a hit on it. Now I could have tried to save this, but as it turns out I didn't need to. So you can do it a different way and save your on switch, but I just went and used it in this go. I was kind of banking on the potential of another on switch, but it only does 5 impacts for each one of the rush attacks. But you can see I was super close to finishing it off, but having been hit by the dog tag, I needed to get a heart, so I moved things around specifically to get that. So here I'm just moving the outer ring out 1 and then bringing down the 100 hearts to give me that boost. And then I'm going to move the outer ring back again, which will take me right and up to the hip pad. And then it was just a case of using legendary boots to get rid of a whole load of staples, and then blocking as much of its chomps as possible to use up the rest of its staples, which gives me a free hit when it's reloading. And that takes me on to the last round, so then just moving that to give me a left at 8, and that takes me up at 12, and then over and around at 12 again, bringing me around to the 5 o'clock position. Now I could have moved 3 up by 2 positions to get the 1,000-fold hands, but instead I wanted to test to see whether or not my legendary boots could do it, and as it turned out they could, and I finished off the stapler boss. And that is how to beat the stapler boss here in Paper Mario the Origami King. Like I said earlier, hopefully the video helps you out. If it does, drop me a like below. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already with the links on the left hand side, and check out the rest of my guide and walkthrough series with the links on the right hand side. Leave any comments and I'll catch you next time.